Today, we will talk about embargoes. An embargo is a trade restriction, often imposed by a government or an international organization as an economic sanction. It can restrict all trade or specific types of trade, such as arms imports. Embargoes are intended to penalize a particular country for its actions and to prevent it from carrying out unacceptable policies. Countries use embargoes to discourage unacceptable behavior without resorting to military force, often in response to human rights abuses or armed conflict. An embargo can isolate a targeted country and deprive it of the benefits of international trade. Countries heavily reliant on global trade or technology imports are especially vulnerable to embargoes, while determined authoritarian regimes may resist embargoes at great cost to living standards. The U.S. has imposed comprehensive trade embargoes on Cuba, North Korea, Iran, and Syria, countries with policies it finds objectionable. These embargoes are supported by legislative acts and presidential orders. The U.S. President has the authority to impose embargoes and other sanctions during times of war under the Trading with the Enemy Act. Another act, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, allows the President to impose commerce restrictions during defined periods of national emergency. The Office of Foreign Assets Control, part of the Department of the Treasury, administers embargoes in the U.S. Embargoes often fail to bring about a change in policy or government in the targeted country. While they may be effective at punishing the targeted country, they have had limited success in influencing policy changes. For example, the long-standing U.S. embargo on Cuba has not led to a change in the country's government. However, limited trade sanctions imposed on South Africa contributed to the end of apartheid. Similarly, sanctions imposed on Russia following its invasion of Ukraine affected military supplies. Embargoes have faced criticism for their limited effectiveness in prompting policy changes in the targeted country. They have also been criticized for causing harm to populations in the targeted country who played no role in the objectionable policies. The international economic embargo on Iraq following its invasion of Kuwait was criticized for disproportionately affecting the poorest and sickest Iraqis. Similar criticisms have been voiced against the U.S. embargo on Iran over violations of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Here are 3 key takeaways. 1. Embargoes are imposed in response to objectionable policies and are more effective at punishing targeted countries than at prompting policy changes. 2. The U.S. has imposed comprehensive trade embargoes on Cuba, North Korea, Iran, and Syria, and they have had a similar effect on trade restrictions related to Russia and Ukraine. 3. Embargoes may be more effective in punishing the targeted country than in changing its policies, though trade sanctions have played a role in encouraging South Africa to end apartheid and have disrupted Russian military supplies. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.